Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Ajax boss Erik ten Hag says he's making plans for Manchester United ahead of becoming the manager at the end of the season. Ten Hag though is still focused on Ajax. Earlier on this week, Manchester United appointed Erik ten Hag as their new manager. Ten Hag will replace Ralph Rangnick at the end of the season. He signed a 3-year contract with an option of a further year. Manchester United agreed to pay the compensation. The compensation is below 2 million. Ten Hag is going to get a 200 million transfer budget. There's quite a lot of players that Ten Hag wants to bring to Manchester United. It recently said that Erik ten Hag places Christian Eriksen on his transfer wish list. He's going to get rid of a lot of players as well. I'm hearing up to 12 players will be leaving Man United this summer. Michel van der Gaag and Steve McLaren are likely to join Ten Hag at Manchester United. Earlier on this season, it said Ten Hag wanted to bring Robin van Persie back to Old Trafford as part of his backroom staff. Recently, Wayne Rooney rejected the chance to join Ten Hag at Manchester United. Wayne Rooney is the Derby manager. But it's going to be good for Ten Hag to come and experience the Premier League because he's not yet managed in the Premier League. You've got to admire the work he's done at Ajax. He's developed the young players well. He's won a couple of Eredivisie titles with them. He's won some Dutch Cups, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. Got them to a final this season, but Ajax lost the final to PSV the other week. Ten Hag is the former Utrecht, Bayern Munich reserves and go-ahead Eagles manager. He's been in charge of Ajax for over 4 years. He got appointed in as the Ajax manager back in December 2017. His contract at Ajax was due to expire next year. So Ten Hag is Manchester United's 5th permanent manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Sir Alex Ferguson. The managers are David Moyes, sacked him after 10 months. And then Manchester United sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. We did win the FA Cup under him. Then Man United sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years. Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United because he won 3 trophies in his first season. But the reasons it didn't work out under Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board and bad disputes with the top players. And last year, Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after almost 3 years in charge. Ralph Rangnick, he's been Manchester United's interim manager for around 4 months or so now. He is the interim manager until the end of the season. Then he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. He has endured one transfer window as Man United's interim manager. Unfortunately, he didn't get backed in the January transfer window this year. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. To Rangnick's credit, he has made changes at United because, revert back to earlier on this season, he recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst, also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. Manchester United lost 3-1 to Arsenal yesterday at the Emirates Stadium. Rangnick has said that Manchester United's Champions League hopes are over. And he's had a go at quite a lot of players. Let me put into the equation that none of this squad is Rangnick's. You know, Rangnick is inheriting players who other managers have brought in. You know, Manchester United have been playing catch-up since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, and a lot of United fans predicted it was all going to go wrong when Ferguson retired, which obviously it has done. You know, Alex Ferguson retired almost 10 years ago. Alex Ferguson, greatest manager of all time. He brought success to Manchester United. He won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. But he didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Ferguson was the Manchester United manager for around 27 years, so reflecting on that, he was a long-serving manager. Manchester United have not won a trophy for around 5 years now. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Man United have only won 4 trophies in the last 10 years. The last time Man United won the Premier League was back in 2013. I don't like the way the football club has been run for a long time. Like I've said time and time again, we've got to get the Glazers out of the football club. Because they've been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time. Prior to the Norwich game at Old Trafford, Manchester United fans protested against the Glazers. It was a small and peaceful protest. Towards the end of last season, United fans were protesting against the Glazers because at that point, the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. And earlier on this season, there was rumours saying that the Glazers are planning to demolish Old Trafford as Man United look to upgrade the stadium. Says we was looking to increase the capacity in that to around 80,000. At the moment, Old Trafford holds around 75,000 fans. It's the second biggest stadium in England. Old Trafford isn't a static stadium even though it's old. Man United have played in the same stadium for 112 years. But yeah, the Glazers, you know, they've owned Man United now for around 17 years. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. Look at the squad Manchester United have got. We've got the best player in the world overall in Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, Ronaldo scored Manchester United's goal against Arsenal yesterday. It was his 100th Premier League goal. Ronaldo could have had more than one goal yesterday. Ronaldo now, since he re-signed, has scored 22 goals in all competitions. He has over 800 goals in his career. Ronaldo missed the game against Liverpool last Tuesday because obviously Ronaldo announced the death of his baby son. That was very upsetting. Don't forget, before kick-off between Liverpool and Man U, there was a 7-minute applause at Anfield for Ronaldo. And Ronaldo has got 2 hat-tricks since he re-signed for the club. He got a hat-trick against Norwich at Old Trafford. That was his 60th hat-trick in his career. And he got a hat-trick against Tottenham at Old Trafford earlier on this season. Man United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million with add-ons included. He wears a number 7 shirt and his contract at Man United expires next year. There's an option to extend for a further year. Ronaldo's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. We've got Jaden Sancho. Jaden Sancho is a decent player. He has had his good games since he signed for Man United, but he's still done nowhere near as well as a lot of Man United fans expected of him. Sancho did play yesterday against Arsenal. Revert back to when we had Solskjaer, we couldn't get the best out of Sancho because Solskjaer persistently played him out of position and there was quite a few games Sancho didn't play in under Solskjaer. Manchester United signed Sancho from Borussia Dortmund in the summer of last year. Got him in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included. Man United paid 73 million up front. He's under contract with the club until 2026 as an option of a further year. Sancho did endure 4 good years with Borussia Dortmund before he signed for Man United. Anthony Elanga, I rate him. I think he's done well in the vast majority of his games since he broke into our first team squad. Elanga weren't too bad against Arsenal yesterday. He did play, was it on the right hand side? He did have a couple of chances in the game. He was unlucky not to score. Elanga though was poor against Liverpool last Tuesday night. Earlier on this season, Rangnick said that Elanga was close to leaving Manchester United. Earlier on this season, Elanga got racially abused on social media because he missed a decisive penalty against Middlesbrough in the Cup. I totally disagreed with him getting racially abused. Elanga's been part of the club for a long time, came up our academy. He joined United's academy at the age of 12 and he's got a contract until 2026 as an option of a further year. Juan Mata. He's had a good career at Manchester United. Mata has been a long-serving player at Man United. Mata's been at Man United for 8 years. Manchester United got Mata from Chelsea back in 2014 for around 37.1 million. With add-ons, it risen up to 40 million. Mata doesn't get in the team much now. He lost his place in the team a while ago. Mata will leave Man United this summer. He's out of contract this summer. Jesse Lingard. Don't think he's good enough. I think we need to offload Lingard this summer. Lingard should have left in January this year, but Manchester United blocked his exit. Lingard, has been part of the club for a long time, came up our academy and that, but like I say, doesn't get in the team much. Second half of last season, Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. Marcus Rashford. I reckon he's a good player overall, but he's been poor in a lot of games this season. Rashford has not been the same player since he had that problem with his shoulder. Rashford missed the first 2 months of this season with that shoulder problem. Earlier on this season he had a minor leg injury. Rashford didn't start against Arsenal, but he did come on. Manchester United want Rashford to stay at the club this summer despite his wretched run of form. Earlier on this season, Rashford told his friends he wants to quit Man United, and Romano said earlier on this season that Rashford was considering his future in Man United because of his lack of game time. Well, Rashford has been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation, especially throughout the course of this season. Rashford has been part of the club for a long time, came up our academy and now he's been a United player since the age of 7. He broke into our senior squad back in 2016. His contract at Man United expires next year. He could leave Man United this summer. Edison Cavani. He's a good player, Cavani. He's enjoyed his good games as a Man United player. Cavani is not available at the moment as he's out with injury. He's had quite a few injuries since he signed for the club. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. He'll leave Man United this summer. I reckon he's out of contract this summer. Bruno Fernandes, I think overall is a world-class player, but Fernandes has been very poor this season for Man United. You know, Fernandes was far superior last season to how he has been this season. We've struggled to get the best out of Fernandes since Ronaldo re-signed for the club. Fernandes obviously played yesterday against Arsenal. You know, Fernandes missed a penalty against Arsenal yesterday. He hit the post from the penalty. And his overall performance against Arsenal was just poor. Earlier on this season, Fernandes signed a new contract with Man United until 2026 as an option of a further year, and his wages doubled. Fernandes receives £240,000 a week now. Fernandes has been a United player for over 2 years. Man United got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Prior to the Liverpool game last Tuesday, Fernandes was involved in a car crash, but he still managed to play the game against Liverpool. Paul Pogba. He's a good player when he wants to be, and he's also an imperative player. Pogba, of course, is injured. He's out for the season. Pogba came off injured in the first half in the 4-0 defeat to Liverpool. Pogba is unlikely to play for Manchester United again following the injury. Paul Pogba is increasingly likely to leave Man United this summer. Pogba's representatives recently spoke with Real Madrid and Juventus. PSG have been heavily linked with Pogba. Earlier on this season, Pogba opened talks with PSG and PSG made an offer to Pogba. Pogba's out of contract this summer. This season has been his 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's played over 200 games since he re-signed and he's won 3 trophies at the club so far. Pogba is Man United's most expensive sign at the moment. Manchester United paid £89 million for him. Nemanja Matic. As you all know, I've got my reservations about him. He's always been a static midfielder, plus he's ageing up. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he's still being given his opportunities. He's the only predominant centre defensive midfielder Man United have got at the moment. Matic, of course, played against Arsenal yesterday and he got the assist for Ronaldo's goal. It was a good cross from Matic, to be fair. His performance against Arsenal was good yesterday. You know, got in some good positions, looked really composed on the ball, which is good to see. Matic only played because Fred and Pogba are not available. The other week, Matic announced he will be leaving Manchester United this summer, despite having 12 months on his contract. Well, Matic has been at Manchester United for over 4 years. Manchester United got him from Chelsea back in 2017 for 40 million. Another midfielder we've got, and that's Scott McTominay. I don't rate Scott McTominay at all, if I'm going to be honest with you. We won't sell him this year, but do you think we could sell him next year? McTominay, you know, has played a lot of games alongside Fred in the centre midfield. McTominay and Fred do not complement each other. You know, McTominay's played games alongside Matic. You know, he's played alongside Pogba before and that. McTominay has had his good games under Rangnick, to his credit. I said early on in Rangnick's tenure that McTominay had been one of our best performers. Revert back to 2020, McTominay committed his future to the club because he signed a new 5-year contract and he's been part of the club for a long time. Fred, not good enough. I don't think we'll sell Fred this summer, but I think there's a good chance we'll offload him next year. Fred is not available at the moment as he's out with injury. Manchester United got Fred a few years ago from Shakhtar Donetsk. Got him for £50 million. Alex Telles. I think there's a good chance that he'll be leaving Man United this summer. He's been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation before. Telles has appeared to be our first choice left back under Rangnick, and he's been impressive in some games. Telles played yesterday against Arsenal. Don't think he was that good, but he did have a chance in the game from long range, produced a good save from Aaron Ramsdale, and he did get a yellow card in the game. Telles has been at the club since 2020. Man United got him from Porto for around 15.4 million. Luke Shaw. I think he's a decent left back overall, but Luke Shaw has been very poor for Man United this season when he's played. Luke Shaw is out with injury at the moment. It looks like he's out for the rest of this season. Shaw is injury prone, which is a concern. And earlier on this season, Shaw came out and said that he prefers playing for England than Man United. Shaw's out of contract at Man United next year. He's been at Manchester United for around 8 years, so reflecting on that, he has been a long-serving player. Man United did get Luke Shaw from Southampton. We've got a good, 4 or 5 centre-halves in the team. Obviously, we've got Harry Maguire now. We're going to offload him, I think, this summer because Harry Maguire is not good enough to represent the club. Maguire missed the game against Arsenal yesterday because recently Maguire received a bomb threat to his home, and reflecting on that, Maguire called the police. Maguire did play against Liverpool last Tuesday night. He was shocking. I can't understand how Harry Maguire is still Man United captain. A lot of United fans have been demanding for the captaincy to be taken off him, especially throughout the course of this season. Man United overpaid for Maguire. We got him for 80 million. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive signing at the club behind Pogba. Maguire's been at United for over 2 years. He's been here, 3 years or nearly 3 years. He's endured quite a few injuries as well since he came to the club. We've got Victor Lindelof. I think Lindelof, to be fair, he's had his good games this season for Man United. As you all know, I've got my reservations about Lindelof. Obviously, Lindelof's not one of our first choice centre-halves, following the signing of Raphael Varane last summer. But Lindelof's been playing a lot recently because obviously Varane was injured. Varane's now just recovered from injury. But Lindelof, he's played a lot of games alongside Maguire. He's played alongside Varane. He's played alongside Jones. And he's played alongside Erik. So he's played alongside all of them, basically. I don't think Lindelof will leave Man United this summer, but I think he could leave next year or the year after. Lindelof's been at Man United for over 4 years. Man United got Lindelof from Benfica back in 2017, got him for 31 million. Another centre-half we've got, and that's Raphael Varane. Varane did play against Arsenal yesterday. He weren't that good. He was at fault for the first goal. But Varane's just recovered from injury. Most of the time when Varane plays, he seems to make the difference. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of trophies he won when he was at Real Madrid, and he was also a long-serving player when he was at Real Madrid. He was with Real Madrid for around 10 years. Manchester United signed Varane last year from Real Madrid. Varane's got a contract with Man United until 2025. Man United paid around 34 million up front for Varane. Another centre-half we've got, and that's Erik. Don't have a perception on him anymore because he doesn't get in the team, but overall I think Bailly's a good centre-half, but he's injury prone, which is a concern. And like I said, doesn't get in the team now. Erik should have left in January this year. I thought he was going to leave, to be honest with you. Bailly's been at Man United since 2016. Man United got him from Villarreal. Man United paid 30 million. In the April of last year, Bailly signed a contract with Man United until 2024. And Phil Jones, he's another centre-half Man United have got. Phil Jones, don't forget, played in the 4-0 defeat to Liverpool at Anfield last Tuesday night. Obviously, he was one of the 3 centre-halves. It was Phil Jones' second Premier League appearance since January 2020. Do you think Jones will leave Manchester United this summer? He should have left in January. He was actually close to going to Bordeaux back in January. This season has been Phil Jones' 11th season at Man United, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. He's been with us since the Ferguson era. His contract at Man United expires next year. Diego Dalot, he's one of the right-backs we've got. Dalot has appeared to be our first-choice right-back under Rangnick. Dalot played against Arsenal yesterday. He played well. He kept the ball well at times, got in some good positions, and he hit the post twice, so Dalot was unlucky not to score. Dalot played against Liverpool last Tuesday night. I think in that game he did start on the left and then he switched to the right. Do you think Dalot will leave Man United this summer? Because he's been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation before. Last season, Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan, so reflecting on that, he gained some experience. Man United got Dalot from Porto. Man United paid £19 million for him. Dalot's contract expires next year. And the other right back we've got is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka didn't play yesterday. He did play though in the 4-0 defeat to Liverpool last Tuesday. Bissaka can be good defensively, but the attacking side of his game is poor. I reckon Bissaka's leaving this summer. This season has been Aaron Wan-Bissaka's third full season at Man United. Man United got Bissaka from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. Got him for 50 million. So there you go. Manchester United's first choice goalkeeper is David De Gea. De Gea has been sensational this season. He was in goal in the defeat to Arsenal yesterday. He made some big saves in that game. No, this season has been De Gea's 11th season at Man United, so he's been a long-serving player. His contract at Man United expires next year. He has won everything domestically at the football club. He's made over 500 appearances in all competitions for Man United. Don't forget, earlier on this year, De Gea got named the Premier League's Player of the Month for January. And prior to the Atletico Madrid game earlier on this season, De Gea said, "I don't see myself away from Manchester United." Man United's second choice keeper is Dean Henderson. I do think Henderson is a good goalkeeper, but he doesn't get in goal much because De Gea's number one. Henderson has only made 3 appearances this season. I reckon Henderson will be leaving Man United. If it's not this summer, it will be next year. Obviously, our third choice goalkeeper is Tom Heaton. Don't have a perception on him. He's hardly played. He played in the pre-season games before the start of this season. To be fair, did well. We got Heaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa last summer. At the time, Heaton signed a 2-year contract, was it, with an option of a 3rd year. I think our fourth choice goalkeeper is Lee Grant. So there you go. And we've got that young player called Hannibal Mejbri. Don't really have a perception on him. He has played in the first team quite a few times. So there you go. But in the last 10 years or so, Man United have spent, over 1.3 billion. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.